Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday's edition of Game of Games, a sports talk show with Samir, Lex, and YK. This is your favorite show. This is a place that will give you everything that is happening in the world of sports. My name is Okutono Maya, popularly known as Samir. Of course, this is a full house. I'm not doing this alone. On the screen, you can see YK and Lex. Lex, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm good.
I love that. How has been your day so far?
So far, so
Wow.
thank you. So yeah.
Fantastic. My second co-host is here. An handsome guy to be called. YK, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Wow.
Good evening, bros.
Fantastic. How has been your day so far?
Well, trying to survive.
You know, everybody in Nigeria we are all trying to survive. You understand? So,
Definitely.
Before we continue on the program, what's your take about the national protest that will come up August 4th next month? You know, the suffering is too much. The pricing of everything has gone up.
To me, although we need that protest, but
Yes,
not this type of protest. Not this type of protest.
Whoa. Why?
Any protest where they are telling you there will be protest on this so date, it is not a protest. You don't give date for protest. You don't give dates. Protest will happen.
You know, it's a nationwide protest. That is why.
You don't give date for it. The NSAS protest, nobody gave dates.
But it's not a nationwide.
It just
That
happened.
happened majorly in Lagos State.
Bro, have you seen the amount of threats all the government agencies have put out?
I know.
Are you now telling me that those people will not disrupt the protest?
I know.
Wow. See. There will be violence, there will be theft, and they will
There will
pin
be hijack.
everything. And they will pin
Fantastic. Protest Boa, because you know, this is a sports program. You understand? It's a sports program, so I don't want us to drag too much about this protest.
Understand.
You understand? You understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an interesting program as always. Well, but before we go on that short break, as usual, let me quickly give to you the talking point for today's program. We'll be talking about Team Nigeria that will be the team, the sports rather, that will be representing Nigeria in Paris Olympic. We'll also be talking about the Real Madrid team. How Don Carlo, I call him Don Carlo, how he's going to set up his front line with the addition of Kylian Mbappe, and also we are going to talk about transfer. So these are the talking points for today's program. We'll be going on that short break right about now. When we come back, we will continue on the show. Don't go nowhere.
Jonas Concept. At Jonas Concept, we are expert in installation of steelwork, carport, car cover, collapsible, automated reduction tap, and mesh, handrail, and flower pot spray. You can contact us on this following number: 290-5734-9791, or follow us on YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube at Jonas Concept. Jonas Concept, expert in installation of steelwork.
Game of Games, a sports talk show, life on Instagram at Game of Games. For your in-depth analysis in sports, join Sir Mayor, Lex, and YK, life on Instagram every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can follow us on our social media platforms, youtube.com gameofgames25 and on tiktok.com gameofgames. Game of Games, a sports talk show.
After that short break, this is your favorite show, Game of Games, a sport talk show with Amir, Lex, and YK. All right. Before we go on that short break, I already give to you the talking points for today's program. Lex and YK, let's talk about Don Carlo, how he's going to set up his team. But before we talk about that, let me quickly play this podcast by Mikel Obi. He had an interview with Carlo Ancelotti. Let me quickly play this for you.
Everybody knows that Kylian likes to play on the left as well. Where do you see him fitting in the team?
I see him play in front, and the attack is quite wide. The pitch is 68 meters.
Yeah.
And we have to cover this 68 meters with the players in front. That can be Vinicius. Because if I ask you where Vinicius played last season, it's difficult to say. He didn't play left winger. I think the important key to have a good attacking play is the mobility of the players. So sometimes you can play on the left, sometimes you can play in the middle. Bellingham sometimes played on the left, sometimes played in the middle, sometimes went to the right. Rodrigo started most of the game on the right, but sometimes during the game I saw him playing on the left.
You're like, what is happening?
I think it's important, the mobility and the creativity of the player when they have the ball.
You've seen the videos. YK, I'm throwing this question to you, okay? Because basically what Don Carlo is saying is that everyone will be flexible. He's going to play a flexible pattern. You understand? I mean, basically that's what he's trying to put out. So, what's your take about what Don Carlo said?
Good evening once again to our viewers.
Good evening.
I think Mr. Carlo Ancelotti has said it one times too many that he doesn't really believe in tactics or pattern like that. He loves to give his players freedom, especially the attackers.
Yes.
Freedom to express themselves, not for them to be a robot. So in the podcast with John Mikel Obi, he critically explained how Vinicius and Mbappe will be free to do whatever they want because they are professionals. They are played at the highest level. To me, I still don't understand how they are going to do that because Vini and Mbappe, they love to come from the left wing. They don't like to be the top 9, except Go will sit on the bench, and he will have to use this as he used it last season. Vini, Mbappe in the front, then four midfielders. So I don't really know how that will work.
What about you?
Mr. Carlo has achieved a lot, so we can't question him and his opinion.
All right. So where are you going to put in? Jude Bellingham?
See that Jude Bellingham issue. I'm one of the finest supporter of Jude Bellingham, and when talking with some friends during the Euro, I said I am scared of Jude Bellingham's career. Ever since he left Dortmund to Real Madrid, although last season he performed excellently well, but to me that is not his best position. You are reducing Bellingham's talent by playing him as a 10 that crashes into the box every time. Jude Bellingham is a typical center midfielder.
Yes. Center midfielder. He's not a creative player that you expect him to give your striker pass every now and then. During the Euro, you see how many times he was crashing with Kane. Yeah. I agree.
Because that is not his game. So Carlo needs to revert Bellingham back to his original position where he thrived in Dortmund and in Bellingham or in Birmingham. He might be getting the goals. He might be getting the goals, but his career would be affected.
But some people will disagree with you, Lex. I'm coming to you, Lex. Some people will disagree with YK because you will see how flexible Jude Bellingham plays under Don Carlo last season. He scored so many goals. As far as I'm concerned, he's the best Real Madrid player last season. As far as I'm concerned, and also he's in contention for Ballon d'Or, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But what brought this question? You understand? What brought out this question is that there are questions. People are asking questions that, okay, Don Carlo, how are you going to do it with the addition of Kylian Mbappe? Are you going to, because Rodrigo is, don't forget that Rodrigo is there. Rodrigo is also a fantastic player. As far as I'm concerned, he's a fantastic player. And in fact, I love Rodrigo. You understand? How are you going to do all this? Your front line, especially, how are you going to cope with it? So, Lex, I'm saying with you, how do you think Carlo Ancelotti is going to use Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, and Rodrigo? Your opinion?
Okay. First of all, just like YK said, I think Ancelotti has achieved so much that very few people can actually question what he decides to do with his players on the pitch. That's number one. Number two, like he said again, we all know Bellingham before he got to Real Madrid, and we know what he can do. We know where he thrives the best. He got to Real Madrid and he was able to add goals because of how the Ancelotti decided to play with them available. And let's not forget the fact that for him to thrive, for him to be able to score those goals, thrive that much, it was because there's a player who was suffering for it. Mostly throughout last season, Real Madrid played with a two-man attacker.
With no striker.
With no striker.
Exactly.
A two-man attacker.
Exactly.
Mostly Vinicius and Bellingham who keeps getting into the box to support Vinicius. That is what they played with. You understand? So with proper forward now coming into the frame in the person of Kylian Mbappe, right? He would have to revert back, maybe to stick with his two-man attackers, Vinicius and Mbappe. Apparently, we know who is going to be sacrificed up front, and it is definitely Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, exactly.
It's going to be Rodrigo, either we like it or we don't. I don't know what Rodrigo needs to do differently to be able to lay a claim to a starting role in that team. But right now, it doesn't matter. He's going to be the sacrifice. So that they can get the goals and all of that. So if that to see how they play. So there's a space for someone who wants to lay claim to the team in midfield. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. But if they are going to stick with that 4-4-2 formation.
I think, to me, I would prefer Carlo to change the formation back to 4-3-3 because Cruz is gone now. Cruz is gone.
Yeah, Cruz is gone. Yeah.
In their attack, minus Bellingham, in their attack, they have Vinicius, Mbappe, Adagula, Rodrigo, Brahim Diaz.
Yes.
So if they are to use 2 attackers, definitely they will have 3 attackers on the bench. They have, I think, 5 midfielders now. That is Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Luka Modric, and Vavard. Does it make sense for them to use 4 midfielders at a time and have only just 1 midfielder on the bench? And they have 2 attackers on the pitch, 3 attackers on the bench. So Carlo needs to strike the balance in that team, or else. So many people are thinking Real Madrid might have a fit day next season. If they don't get that balance right, they might find it funny.
Fantastic. If they don't get that balance right, they might find it funny, according to YK. All right, let's quickly dive down to the second talking point, okay? And let's talk about Team Nigeria in Paris Olympic. As we all know that today, Friday, is the grand opening of Paris Olympic, and you understand. I've watched the grand opening, and it's very, very interesting as far as I'm concerned. But let's talk about Team Nigeria. 12 sports will be representing Nigeria in this Olympics. 12 sports, and let me quickly give to you the 12 sports: football, table tennis, basketball, athletics, badminton, boxing, canoeing, cycling, swimming, taekwondo, wrestling, and weightlifting. Wow. 12 sports. YK, I'm staying with you, okay? What sport do you think Nigeria will thrive? I mean, this sport Nigeria will thrive. I mean, we try to collect at least bronze.
Honestly, in all respects to the athletes that went to Paris, I don't think we are experts at anything in sport. Wow. I don't think so. They might go there and surprise the world. But down from the preparation to the start of the competition, I don't think, and compared with other countries that are coming,
of course,
other athletes that are coming, I don't think. Anyway, let me just say, I believe so much in Toby Amuson.
I believe so much in her.
I believe so much in her. She has broken a lot of records and she's still going strong. So let me just say that way. Probably Toby Amuson. I don't know much about other athletes except from football, but I don't want to talk about the football aspect. I don't want to talk about it because no, seriously, that group we are in. I don't think we get 1 point. I don't think so.
But I'll be throwing the question to Lex.
I don't think we can get 1 point. I don't think we can get 1 point. I don't think so. So I don't want to talk about that.
Lex, let me come to you. You know, yesterday Nigeria played their first match. I mean, the female, our Falcons. We played our first match yesterday, and we lost to Brazil by a goal to 0. You understand? But there is this significant player that I saw, Rashida Tajibade. She really tried yesterday. In fact, I watched the match live. So
three players tried.
You said?
Three players tried. 3 players tried.
Oh, you saw 3 players, but I saw one. And
the main,
Rashida
the main, what was her name? That played defense line. The main,
One.
Then Debbie Abiodun.
Okay.
That played
And Rashidat, right?
and Rashidat.
Fine, fantastic.
See.
I'm staying with you.
Even Mata went to meet Debbie Abiodun
Yes,
at the end of the game, and she was really endorsing her. But that game, Brazil played with a 40-something years old Mata, and we could not even introduce our home best player. Bro, I don't want to talk. I know, don't talk about that.
No,
Let's talk about
YK, when we are talking about female, they call it women's football now. Mata is like a goat of women football. You agree with me? But Lex, I'm staying with you, Lex. What do you think Nigeria can do? I mean, the Falcons. What do you think they can do to get out of from that group? Because our next game now is Japan, and as far as I'm concerned, Japan it's not easy. Another Japan, we are going to mix Spain. You understand?
Champion Spain.
So what do you think, Lex?
I don't know why we are all pessimistic about in Nigeria anyways. We were talking about shut up. We were talking about other games, other sports outside football, and we forgot to mention Aruna.
No, I'm coming there. I'm coming there, Lex.
This is
coming there. But let's deal about the football aspect.
Who has track record, of representing Nigeria and doing well in the world stage, But this is the Olympic Games is meant for under 23 players, right? And three overage players, three senior players. Yeah. So I honestly do not see what is the problem that makes you guys think Nigeria cannot compete. You all just said Nigeria played well against Brazil. They lost 1-0, yes. But what exactly is that thing that the under 23 team has that makes you guys think they cannot compete? It's a game of football. I don't see any reason why these guys cannot do well. Yes, like YK said, our fears are legit. Our fears are very on point. That Nigeria preparing for any tournament for Nigeria is always below par. It's always rubbish. Yeah, and this was not an exception. Agreed. Yes, but we've always had players, athletes, footballers, all of that, who would go on the world stage and do us proud. Wrestling, boxing, whatever. We'll always see. I want to be optimistic about this in Nigeria. What's her name? The athlete. What's her name again? This runner for Nigeria. Yeah, Toby Amuson is the flag bearer for Team Nigeria. Yeah? While this lady is the captain of. Yes. Is the captain of the team, right? Toby Amuson is somebody that we never knew from nowhere until she started breaking those records. A lot of us don't know her until she started breaking those records. She's here again. Who says she cannot do as good as she has been doing? We've been at the Olympics and we've done good at the Olympics in the past. Who said this time is going to be a different ball game? No, I don't want to be pessimistic. I give all my support to Team Nigeria and I hope they do well. But if they not do well, we bash them. Maybe they go give themselves blame.
Fantastic. All right, before we dive down to the third talking point, you understand, and that's transfers. Okay, let's quickly talk about the table tennis. And because I told you, I said I'm coming there. You understand? Aruna Quadri, he has been representing Nigeria for I think more than, if not close to 20 years or 20 years. You understand? He has been representing Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. But people will tell you that ever since Aruna Quadri has been representing Nigeria in Olympics, he hasn't gotten to finals. You understand? Most of the times, there is this table tennis guy that from China that always Aruna Quadri will come across this guy and will defeat Aruna Quadri. I mean, times without numbers. You understand? Times without numbers. You understand? So what do you think Aruna Quadri is going to do? I'm throwing this question to you, YK. What do you think Aruna Quadri is going to do to make sure that he has at least a bronze medal?
See, I'm not going to deceive myself. In sports, fans hoping and wishing does not guarantee result. What guarantees result is what the athlete shows on the field. And you said it yourself now that Aruna has been representing us for a very long time.
Yeah.
What is the encouragement that Nigeria has ever given him? This just concluded our African Nations Cup where we came second. Immediately they left the Nations Cup. Nigeria conferred on all these players, I think OON also. Aruna that has been representing us since way back. I have never heard anything positive from the government to him. See, there is reason why they give reward in sports. A reward can instigate or move you from level 1 to level 10 from
of course.
As in, it can trigger that.
I understand.
Yes, it can trigger that, but I don't see these guys giving our athletes enough. So why would they do?
I agree with
they
you.
are just see. Most of them are going to that competition based on their own from their own budget. So they are not really comfortable. They are just going there to sell themselves, not because they are representing the country, because the country no send them.
But the federation will tell you that they spent billions. You know.
As usual.
We know the
As usual now.
We know the play.
As usual. So I'm not blaming any athlete that will not perform well. I'm not blaming any of them because I understand perfectly the type of life. I can imagine the type of life they are living there self. How they are surviving, they are eating, they are getting prepared for the tournament. So Aruna and the rest, I just wish them nothing but luck.
All the best. Fantastic. I am also wishing them all. Oh, what? Do you have something to say, Lex?
Yes. I think that, like YK said once again, that there should be room for constant action and reward.
Okay.
Yes, now.
Action and reward. If you do well or not, you get encouraged to do better. If you do well, you get encouraged to do better. If you don't do well, you get encouraged to do better.
Exactly. No.
You understand? So I think with the budget that we keep hearing about sports and some other things in this country, a lot of things are not supposed to be going wrong.
Exactly.
Right? A lot of things are not supposed to be going wrong.
Exactly.
But then we are in the place where we can hardly even question anything. We can only talk as fans or as pundits or as analysts that we are, who has love for the sports and for this game. But regardless,
you know, go 1 year knock for your door the next morning now.
That's if they knock.
Yeah.
So my point is right. Just like YK said, these players, they mostly do these things on their own until they get to the top or they do absolutely well in this sport. Nigeria would have nothing to do with them. Yeah, understand? So I think the country needs to do better in terms of preparation, grassroots preparation, actually, grassroots development of this sport. It's not only football. We are focused on football. Even the football we focus on, we are not doing it well. So we are mostly focused on football, and we are leaving other sports hanging. So majority of everybody working or representing Nigeria in other sports, they develop themselves. They worked on themselves. Personal training, personal dating, has been personal. But when it's time to represent the country, they will still show up and come and represent the country. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. Big kudos to them. I want to wish them well, honestly. Again, I want to wish everybody on Team Nigeria well. And I hope they do well. Not particularly because the country has supported them to do well, but because it's going to be very good for their own careers moving forward. So I really hope and pray that they do well. Honestly.
Fantastic. I am also wishing them all the best, and that shows that the Game of Game crew we are wishing them all the best. Okay. All right. Let's dive down to the third talking point, and Lex and YK, we have like 5 minutes to end the program. And for the viewers that are watching us, okay, you can also comment on the comment section. Comment on the comment section, or want to hear your views about today's talking point. All right, Lex and YK. Lex, I'm staying with you. Arsenal are eyeing Nico Williams. Arsenal are eyeing Nico Williams. Your thoughts about that?
If they lie, they should go and buy Ronaldo. They will still become second place to Manchester City. They've not felt that pain enough. They've not felt that pain enough. They should go and ask Liverpool. They should go and hire Liverpool. They should go. No, it's not about the player. It's about where they will end at the end of the season. They should go and ask Liverpool. 97, 98, 96, 95. They should go and ask Liverpool. If they like, they should buy prime Ronaldo. They will still finish behind Manchester City. That's what I want to say.
Let's talk about his impact. Let's just assume that okay, he's coming to Arsenal, or Arsenal has signed Nico Williams. What impact? YK, I'm throwing this question to you. What impact do you think Nico Williams? What impact do you think he's going to have in that Arsenal team?
Sorry, before YK gives his own contribution, please permit me to say this. Martinelli was the mainstay for Arsenal on the left throughout last season. Or let's say for 2 seasons plus or minus. Now, I want to believe that, in my opinion, Nico Williams is going to be an upgrade on Martinelli. Martinelli has shown that he's not so much a serious footballer as far as I'm concerned. I think Nico Williams comes into that Arsenal team. He's going to be an upgrade on the Martinelli who was a mainstay in that team last season. So maybe he's going to give them that extra 3 points or extra 5 points that they needed to catch up with Manchester City. Maybe not. But I still believe that if they like, they should go and buy Messi and Ronaldo. They will still finish behind Man City.
But Lex, talking about Nico Williams. Barcelona are also eyeing him. You understand? Barcelona are also eyeing Nico Williams, while Chelsea are also eyeing Nico Williams. Okay. But
why are broke clubs and clubs without direction looking for this guy?
How can you call Chelsea a broke club? Chelsea is rich.
No, Chelsea is not. I said broke club. And
I
club without direction.
I don't want to mention names.
I want to mention names. Barcelona is the broke club. Chelsea is the club without direction. How come they are both looking for this club? What is the problem? Barcelona could not even register a player they signed last season. Yeah. They signed a player last season. They don't register. Now you want to sign Nico Williams. Someone that you need to sell 2 players to buy, so your books can be balanced. What is their problem? They should just stick with their. They made a mistake by sacking their coach or by allowing him to go because he was making good progress with that team. I don't know why they decided to let him go, but that's their problem. They should please leave Nico Williams alone. Let him go to a club that is serious, that can afford him, that has ambition. And Chelsea should please leave Nico Williams alone. I don't know what Chelsea is looking for. They want to take Nico Williams to Conference League. What's their problem?
Fantastic.
Please,
Fantastic. But we talk about Real Madrid goalkeeper, Andrew Lunin. Arsenal are also eyeing Mikel Merino. Barcelona are also eyeing Mikel Merino. He's a fantastic DM.
See, I want to advise Barcelona. I want to give Barcelona a good advice now. Right? Barcelona should go to Bordeaux. Bordeaux has been.
Let's go back to Nico Williams. I read in the news that Barcelona fans want to gather. They want to contribute
to buy him. It's that bad. That's good for them. But I want to advise Barcelona. Right? I want to give one advice to Barcelona. I want to advise Barcelona to go to Bordeaux. Bordeaux has been declared bankruptcy, and all players in Bordeaux, their contract will be terminated. They should go to Bordeaux and pick, just like Sabo Market. They should go and pick tomato and pepper, like my 12 market. They should go to Bordeaux and pick players instead of looking for a player they cannot afford. What is their problem?
Barcelona is class. They are a big team now. They can't go for Bordeaux players now. Bordeaux players is low.
Can they afford to buy big players? That's the question. Can they afford it? Can they? Don't they need GoFundMe to buy players? Can they afford it?
Alright, let's talk about Andrew Looney. We have like a minute to end the show, okay? But let's just briefly about Andrew Looney, okay? Real Madrid are preparing a swap deal between them and Chelsea. Andrew Looney to Chelsea, and they want to sign Kepa Arrizabalaga. You understand? Kepa Arrizabalaga. To me, I think Andrew Looney coming to Chelsea will help Chelsea. In fact, the goalkeeping position is going to upgrade the goalkeeping position. That's for me. I think it's going to be perfect.
Do you actually think it's an upgrade? Do you actually believe it's an upgrade?
Yes, to me, it's an upgrade. Right. There's no keeper in Chelsea that can really perform very well, just as Andrew Looney did last season.
Relax. Chelsea was a troubled team last season. Chelsea was do you agree with me or not? Chelsea was a troubled team last season. Real Madrid was a stable team. They had their number one goalkeeper go on injury, and they were able to sustain because they had a good team. Chelsea was a team without direction last season. So anybody in goal would have collected, even if Lunin was in goal, even if Casillas was in goal, Chelsea would still have remained what they were. Because Chelsea was lacking in direction and focus and in team cohesion last season. So anybody that was in goal would go they pick and come out normal. So it's not about the player, in my opinion. It's about the team. It's about the team. Lunin played
some people will tell you that Kepa Arrizabalaga was their first choice. But you understand that since when Carlo Ancelotti has been using Lunin, Kepa Arrizabalaga has been benching. Lunin has been benching Kepa Arrizabalaga. First choice now turned to second choice. Second choice turned to first choice. So that's why I said it's going to be an upgrade for the goalkeeping position for Chelsea.
Sometimes what happens with these goalkeeping roles is just trust from the coach. Sometimes that's what happens. Okay, let me give you an example of what's his name? This fine boy that came to Liverpool that played in the Champions League final against Real Madrid.
What's his name? Okay.
The only thing he had was not because he was a fantastic goalkeeper. It was simply because he was trusted by the coach. The coach decided to trust him. Yeah, the coach decided to trust him, and that was it. Until he no longer trusted him before he was out of the team. Exactly. So sometimes that's what happens with these teams. The coach with these goalkeepers, the coach trusts you. You go into the team because he knows there are 11 players who will have the ball before you have the ball. There are 10 players rather who would have the ball before you have the ball. So anybody that goes into your net is sometimes not your fault. So goalkeepers have the chance to develop more because they get trusted even more than outfield players. It's not about the player, it's about the team. Honestly, I don't think it's an upgrade. If it comes and it becomes an upgrade, then fine, good for Chelsea. But right now, I don't think it's an upgrade. I think it's just a swap. I think it's just a swap deal.
All right. Fantastic. Well, our time is fast spent. Okay. But before we go, you understand, Manchester City are hiring Dani Olmo, and we know what Dani Olmo did in the just concluded Euro 2024. He really performed for the Spanish national.
We know what Dani Olmo did to Hurricane. Continue.
He really performed for the Spanish team, and I think he's also going to be an upgrade for his career and for the Manchester City team. Okay, this is the size of the show. This is where we're going to put an end to today's edition of Game of Game, a sports talk show with Samir, Lex, and YK. Well, Lex, I'm saying a big thank you to you, and YK. I don't know what happened to YK. I think he has gone to visit Governor Adeleke. I'm also saying a very big thank you to YK for joining today's program. Until we see again on Monday by His grace. Do enjoy the Olympics. Enjoy every sport in Olympics, and I'm sure we are going to give you more stories, more news, more analysis on the Olympics that is going on. You understand? Okay. Lex, thank you once again. YK in absentia, thank you very much. For the viewers out there, thank you very much. We need your support, we need your comments, we need your likes. You understand? And we also need you to follow us, share our social media handle. We are on TikTok, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram. Okay? Until we see you again on Monday, don't drink and drive. Have a blessed weekend. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye.